lawsuit. LAPD cops say they were profiled by Beverly Hills cops. Put it up full mass. Let me say this again. LAPD cops have filed a lawsuit because they were profiled by Beverly Hills cops, both a former and current Black LAPD officer. They both assert Beverly Hills police of targeting and arresting Black Los Angeles cops or people in the wealthier suburb of the community, including profiling active police officers, not former, but active, current. This is a $500 million lawsuit. One active officer who made their declaration in confidentiality for fear of retaliation said he was stopped while sitting in an unmarked police car with exempt plates, okay? A female officer pulled up behind him and yelled out, "Let me see your hands." The official court statement reads, quote, "There is no doubt in my mind that I was stopped and subjected to racial profiling because I am a Black American." See, that's what happens when you're the police in unmarked cars. You get treated like citizens in regular ass cars. There's more. In another incident, officers arrested a now retired officer and former member of the LAPD SWAT team while in uniform, in a marked car. According to the statement, he pulled over the officer and asked, quote, "Can you not see that I am in a police car and in uniform?" Question mark. The officer asked after being pulled over. "Anyone could have car with lights," is the response. In a statement to the court, the officer said, quote, "It should be noted that when I was behind the sergeant, he could not see my license plate, only the fact that I am African American." The witness statement reads, "Thus, the only reason I was pulled over is because I am African American," end quote. The suit is being spearheaded by none other than Benjamin Crump. This world is so ironic. We are in the twilight zone. Benjamin Crump, that's who the cops had to call. They had to call Benjamin Crump in order to represent them because the police are being discriminated against by the police in another jurisdiction, where they are literally arresting members of their SWAT team in full uniform inside of government police cars. You think we are being extreme when we talk about how cops treat us? We don't have a badge. We don't have marked cars. We are not in SWAT gear. Wow. Put up Ben Crump again. And I want to say this to Ben Crump. Obviously, Ben Crump is a social justice fighter. He has also represented the families of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor. Originally filed the case in 2020. The class action lawsuit has amassed a little under 1,100 victims. The suit alleges that Beverly Hills police targeted Black people when the agency formed a task force to address concerns from Rodeo Drive businesses about a rise in burglaries, shoplifting, and public intoxication. Trump also claims the task force was formed not because of an increase in crime, but over George Floyd protests in Los Angeles and Beverly Hills. The city has faced criticism after it charged protesters with misdemeanor curfew violations in 2020. Beverly Hills police and city officials in general denied the allegations made Friday by Crump and the LAPD cops. The city of Beverly Hills continues to vigorously defend this case and denies the characterizations of the facts and evidence presented today. Beverly Hills is an international designation that welcomes visitors from across the country and around the world. But what about the ones next door that happen to be Black? Do you welcome them? Doesn't sound like it. All right. Put up the chief. Okay. I could tell by that smile, that is an all lives matter guy right there. Beverly Hills Police Chief Mark Stainbrook has yet to make a comment at all, but he did provide this snazzy picture of him smiling. Okay. So if you needed more evidence that the earth has shifted vibration and we are now in another dimension called the Twilight Zone, you need no more. In this world, Benjamin Crump is called by the police to represent the police because the police are discriminating against the police. David, thoughts?
Well, I think Benjamin Crump has even represented some people who have sued the Los Angeles Police Department for racist acts and excessive violence and whatnot. Then this also goes to show, I mean, Beverly Hills Police Department is one of the wealthier in California. So to me, look, when it's a very poor police department, very rural, it still doesn't excuse it for them to be engaged in racial profiling. But the idea that when you have somebody with all the resources, a police department with all the resources that exist in Beverly Hills, California, and they're the ones who are engaging in racial profiling, to me, it's even more pernicious. It shows that the racism is even deeper among the Beverly Hills Police Department than anywhere else, because they're the last department that needs to do this sort of thing. They've got all sorts of different ways to cut back on crime, to monitor people. The idea that they would actually just pull people over because they're African American and because they think that, oh no, this person's impersonating a cop, that's insane.